All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We are recording it, and again, I would ask people that if you're on an open mic that you would mute it so that we don't pick up your background noises. As you can see by the opening, we're going to look at the Purify Kit and the Fortify Kit. Our title for today's presentation is Understanding Synergy's Fortify and Purify Kits and Special Promotion. And I thought today would be an ideal day for us to look at the Fortify Kit and the Purify Kit, what the components make up each kit, why they're different from each other, because Synergy announced last Thursday of this week, their summer kickoff, where if you buy one Fortify Kit, you get one Purify Kit for free. So I decided that this would be a great I had some advance notice of this, and so I thought today would be a great day for us to look at these two kits. Now, this promotion continues through June the 21st. So if you look at your calendar, June the 21st is next Thursday. So you have from now, Saturday, through this coming Thursday, June 21st, end of business day, for you to be able to take advantage of this promotion where you buy one Fortify Kit, which is $289. You get the 200 CV, so that would be added to your Tracking Center 1, and you get a Purify Kit for free. So your benefit is a free Purify Kit. That's a cost savings of $179. And if you're already qualified on your Elite, or if you're already qualified on your Tracking Center 1, here in the United States, that's 150 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1. For those that are up in Canada, it's 100 CV. If you're qualified on your Tracking Center 1, then you're going to also get an Elite rebate. That 200 CV is going to earn you a 25% Elite rebate or $50. So it's a pretty good deal. In fact, it's a fantastic deal, especially when you look at the component parts that are part of each of these kits. These component parts fit into your program in terms of helping yourself improve your health. So with that said, let's go ahead and begin to look through these different things, these different programs. Now, about 2 months ago, I did a Saturday webinar on how to earn profits using the microbiome strategy. And if you go to our Synergy family, this is the actual URL link to our landing page for the microbiome marketing strategies. So let me click over here to my other browser window. And so we have a dedicated landing page for the microbiome. And as you go down through this landing page, that presentation that was done about 2 months ago, if you scroll down through the left-hand side, you will come to how to create cash flow using the microbiome marketing strategy and the PDF that was part of that. So the video's there as a training video for you to understand how to create cash flow through the microbiome marketing strategy, as well as the PDF that was used for that presentation. And the reason why I bring this up is that everything in the microbiome starts with the Purify Kit. That is the first starting point for helping a person reset their gut health. Now, we've adapted that from a 7-day program, which is what the Synergy program is, to a 10 or 14-day program based upon a person's lifestyle. Some people either can't or won't do 2 shakes a day. So you can help them adapt that program to 1 shake a day, either over a 10-day period or a 14-day period. So the program is designed that you can adapt that so a person can initially begin the process of resetting their gut health. And then once they've started that process, then they really have 3 choices. When they get done with their Purify Kit, I can tell you from experience, I think Judy will be able to confirm this from her experience, that when a person gets done with the Purify Kit, 8 to 9 people out of 10 are going to ask you, what's the next step? And the reason why is because they feel so much better after being on the Purify Kit. And as we did in that presentation about 2 months ago, the next step is one of 3 choices. The Fortify Kit, and we kind of market that as the weight management program. The Biome Protect Kit, which is designed for detoxification and addressing a leaky gut, or a monthly maintenance program where they're doing 2 biome shakes with 1 box of Pro Arginine Plus. Now, today's presentation is not to go through this marketing strategy. Today's presentation is to help you understand the Purify Kit and the Fortify Kit and what are the component parts of it. But if you want to understand this process, then go to the landing page for the microbiome research and you can watch the videos there, as well as we talk about the leaky gut survey. And as you can see, there is a link to a PDF for our leaky gut survey. This PDF is is a tool for you to help quickly identify with the person that you're addressing as a potential client triggers and symptoms that the more that they check off, the greater the probability that they have a leaky gut and they have abdominal issues that they need to correct. So they need to start with the Purify Kit and then maybe go into the Fortify Kit depending upon what their needs are. So let's go back to today's presentation so that we can understand what's involved in the Purify Kit. Now, again, I've done presentations on the Purify Kit, so I'm going to go through some of this stuff quickly so that we can get into the Fortify Kit, which is something that I've never done a Saturday presentation for, and we can better understand that Fortify Kit. But as you can see on the image, there are 5 component parts to the Purify Kit. Everything starts with the Biome Shake. It's certified vegan and gluten-free. It uses a vegetable protein. In fact, it uses pea protein powder. It's designed for microbiome balance. It's designed to begin to detoxify you, and it has a great vanilla flavor taste. Now, I want to get into a little bit more detail with regards to the Biome Shake. Again, it's important to understand that this is certified vegan and gluten-free. Now, that makes it excellent for everyone, but there is a segment of the population that does want products that are vegan and gluten-free. So even though this product could be niche marketed to vegans and people who have gluten sensitivities, this product is also ideal for people who don't have it. And it uses a vegetable protein. In this case, it uses pea protein, which is a key prebiotic, as well, or I shouldn't say that. Pea protein is an excellent source for all the needed amino acids that you need. And I didn't pull this up on this presentation, but in previous presentations that I've done, pea protein is equal to whey, but without allergens. A lot of people will use whey protein to make their shakes. In fact, either last week or 2 weeks ago, we did a whole presentation, it was last week, a whole presentation on how you can create your synergy business just around shakes using the Biome Shake and the Metabolic Shake. Also, there's inulin and fructooligosaccharides that help to fuel friendly bacteria. It contains borage oil and flaxseed powder to help address inflammation. When you're dealing with abdominal distress, inflammation is a huge factor. So this product, Biome Shake, has ingredients that address that inflammation. Plus, it includes zinc and broccoli powder to help detoxify the digestive system. So as you begin to detoxify the digestive system, you reduce toxins in the system, which then reduces inflammation. And the nice thing about this Biome Shake, it can be used as a meal replacement to aid in weight loss, or it can be used as a healthy meal to sustain your energy and eliminate hunger over an extended period of time. Me, personally, I use it as a healthy meal, but other people could use it for weight management. And the other nice thing about it being a pea protein powder, it gives you a clean energy burn, clean energy metabolism, and it also helps to improve cognitive function. Now, the next product that is part of the Purify Kit is what's called the Biome DTX. This product is excellent, not just in the Purify Kit. As a standalone product, the Biome DTX is a fantastic product to help a person have better regularity and be able to deal with some of the issues that are going on in the abdominal cavity, especially the small intestine. So this is a patent pending product. It's designed to detoxify, it's designed to cleanse, and it's designed to rebalance your microbiome. It includes ingredients that help eliminate heavy metals and other toxins from your system to address inflammation. And it's important to understand that this Biome DTX includes L-glutamine. L-glutamine is a key ingredient to support the intestinal cells that line your intestinal system to address this leaky gut issue. And the other thing that L-glutamine is fantastic for is L-glutamine helps to change the ratio between what are called bacteroidetes and firmicutes. Now, we could do a whole presentation just in this area of weight management as it relates to bacteroidetes and firmicutes. So really briefly, the more bacteroidetes that you have in your abdominal cavity, the greater the probability that you will be lean. The greater the dominance of firmicutes in your abdominal cavity, the greater the probability that you're going to be overweight and obese. And it has everything to do with how those two bacterial flora process foods and how they then end up storing those foods as fat. So L-glutamine does a great job in increasing the bacteroidetes, the ones that you want, to help a person begin becoming lean and doesn't fuel those firmicutes. So the bacteroidetes can become the dominant part of the abdominal cavity rather than, for most Americans, firmicutes is the dominant microflora in their abdominal cavity or their small intestine. Again, in the Purify Kit, a person is taking this, if they're using the 7-day program, they're taking 4 of these on a daily basis. I would recommend that a person who's interested in maintaining that, this Biome DTX is fantastic, where you take 1 or 2 sticks on a daily basis. Currently, I'm taking 2 sticks. I do 1 in my morning shake. I do 1 in the afternoon. It makes a huge difference in terms of your digestion and how your small intestine is working, as well as elimination. This is just a fantastic product that Dr. Tripp and the scientists at the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation created. Now, the next one that's part of this program, and the other thing about, let me just include this. The other thing about the Biome DTX is got psyllium husk, is a great prebiotic that fuels the proper bacteria that you want. It includes zinc, which is extremely important for a lot of the metabolic processes that occur in the small intestine, as well as broccoli flowers to address inflammation. And it does provide you with what they call that second meal effect. When I take my Biome DTX in the afternoon, I usually take it around 2 or 3 o'clock. Sometimes I'll actually mix it with an E9. If I'm a little dragging on energy, I'll throw the E9 in with it. But by itself, it does provide that second meal effect, meaning that you're not hungry. So I can go into dinner time not feeling like I need to look for some type of snack to get me through 2 o'clock to usually 5 o'clock, 5:30 when we eat. So it's a great product for providing that, as well as all the other benefits. Now, the Biome Actives is the third part of the Purify Kit. Basically, there's just 2 ingredients in the Biome Actives. There's a probiotic, which they use Bacillus coagulans. And the great thing about Bacillus coagulans is a spore-forming probiotic species. Now, a lot of times people don't want spore-forming because a lot of the negative bacteria are spore-forming. But this is a positive bacteria that's spore-forming, meaning that it's initially in a spore or a self-contained, so that when that Bacillus coagulans goes through the stomach and all the high acidity aspects of the stomach, it's not destroyed. Whereas a lot of probiotics, because they're live cultures, when they hit the stomach area, they're destroyed by the stomach acids. That doesn't happen with Bacillus coagulans because it's a spore. And then once it hits the small intestine, where the pH and the nature of the small intestine is ideal, that spore then sprouts, and so now you can quickly germinate the right bacteria that you want, especially since this has been combined with a prebiotic, inulin, which does 2 things. As a prebiotic inulin, when it gets into the stomach area with the juices and the water that's there, it provides a gel. It becomes a gel-like substance. And as a gel-like substance, it can help also to protect the Bacillus coagulant as it goes through the stomach. And then once it hits the small intestine, that inulin is non-digestible to you, but to your Bacillus coagulans, it's an ideal food source. So that inulin becomes a fuel source for the Bacillus coagulans, so that as that spore germinates, it's got its fuel, it's got its food that it needs, so that it can rapidly recolonize the small intestine. This combination of Bacillus coagulans with inulin is just ideal for the rapid recolonization of the small intestine, which then helps a person begin. That's why we see so often in that 7-day program on the Purify Kit, people seeing such significant changes in their health, especially in how their small intestine is reacting to the foods that they're eating and their whole program that they're going through. Now, the other thing to know is when this kit first came out, there were only 30 capsules in it. Thankfully, Synergy now has 90 capsules in it, and they now recommend that you take 3 of these a day so that it is a month's supply, but instead of being 30 capsules, 1 a day, or in the other program, you were taking them so that that would end up in a 7-day program. Here in the new program, you're getting the Biome Actives 90 capsules where you can take 3 a day. So it does a fantastic job in helping to flip the bacteria in the small intestine to the good bacteria that you want. And then you've got the Body Prime. And Body Prime is another excellent product that a person can use on a regular basis. It has magnesium, which is crucial for the function of hundreds of enzymes in your gut. So it's going to improve your immune system. It's going to improve your digestion. It's going to improve regularity and energy production. It has apple pectin and prune powder. They work synergistically together to induce bowel motility, as well as the apple pectin is a great prebiotic that helps to absorb, bind, and eliminate cholesterol, as well as harmful bacteria and toxins. So again, this is an excellent product, and I shared this in the past. When Body Prime first came out, and I really didn't understand it, I looked at it as purely as a purification product. You know, the person's looking to create bowel movements. Well, I've been using Body Prime now for well over a year. I take 1 a day. I just think this is a key product because of the magnesium that's in it. Magnesium is so critical to the function of enzymes that are necessary for energy production and digestion in your immune system that I just see Body Prime as just a regular part of my daily routine now. So this is, again, an excellent product. And the one product that is part of the Purify Kit that I've not included in today's presentation because we've talked endlessly about it is Pro-Arginine Plus. There is 1 box, 30 sticks of Pro-Arginine Plus, which is a great product, as we all know, for harnessing the power of nitric oxide therapy to improve circulation. So as you improve in the Purify Kit the person's digestive health and their ability to process foods properly, and you improve the lining of the small intestine, dealing with what's called the leaky gut issues so that you close up those holes or the ability for things to get into your bloodstream that don't belong there by healing that lining of the small intestine to creating what are known as tight junctions. So you're forcing the food that's being broken down to actually have to go through the villi of the small intestine. Well, you're working now both sides of the equation. The Purify Kit is designed to help improve your ability to process foods, deliver nutrients, and then once they get into your bloodstream, your circulation, you've got Pro-Arginine Plus, nitric oxide therapy to be able to improve circulation so that you can deliver those nutrients now to the cells, tissues, and organ systems that need it. In Synergy, there's 2 ways that you can get the Purify Kit. You can buy it individually. It's $179 with 150 CV attached to it. If you're already qualified on your Tracking Center 1, then that means that you have a potential elite rebate of $37.50. Or you can buy 4, get 1 free. That's $716. It comes with 600 CV. So again, if you're not qualified on your Tracking Center 1, it immediately qualifies you and then gives you an elite rebate of $112.50. If you are already qualified on your Tracking Center 1, then you'll get 25% of the 600 CV, so you'll get an elite rebate of $150 back. You choose what program works best for you. Depends upon how you're marketing this program. So this brings us to the next component part, which is called the Fortify Kit. And the Fortify Kit has 6 components to it. It includes the Metabolic Shake, Biome Basics, Metabolic LDL, Biome Balance, Biome Actives, and the Omega-3. Now, again, last week we did a whole presentation. We recorded that presentation on how you can use shakes to grow your Synergy business, and we did a direct comparison between the Biome Shake and the Metabolic Shake. You can find that recording if you go onto Facebook and you type in Our Synergy Family, you'll come to our Facebook page. You can like us, and if you scroll down through the history of that, you can find a recording for last Saturday's presentation. If you want to go to YouTube, you can type in Our Synergy Family on YouTube search. You can go to Our Synergy Family. You can subscribe to us, and you can then find that video that we did last week, that recording from last week, which again does a direct comparison between the Biome Shake and the Metabolic Shake. They're similar, but they're different. And the main difference between the two of them is the Biome Shake is designed to deal with the abdominal cavity, to help a person quickly begin to shift the microflora of the abdominal cavity, the small intestine, towards the good bacteria that they need. Plus, it uses no sugar in it. So there's no sugar component to this product in the Biome Shake, whereas in the Metabolic Shake, sugars have been added. So there's about just slightly over 2 teaspoons of sugar per serving. A serving is 2 scoops that are part of the Metabolic Shake. And the ingredients that are in a Metabolic Shake are in different proportions than what you'll find in the Biome Shake. And it's more designed for fueling a person's metabolism, although it does use the pea protein powder, which is excellent, because that pea protein powder is critically important for helping that person work and change their microbiome of their small intestine. So let's get into these products. I'm not going to really cover the Biome Actives because it's the same as what's in the Purify Kit, except just to give you a summary of what that Biome Actives is all about. And then the other thing that we want to end up with is there is a clinical study that Synergy did utilizing the Fortify Kit, and we're going to look at that clinical study. And again, there's a location in Synergy Worldwide. If you go into your back office, you can find forms, and when you go onto forms, you can find a lot of this material that that I have direct links in this PDF. But there is a clinical study, and we're going to look at that clinical study in today's presentation. So the Metabolic Shake, again, they blend polysteroids with high-quality vegan pea protein isolate, and it's a part of this clinically studied Fortify program that when you take this Metabolic Shake in relationship to the other 5 products that are part of the Fortify Kit, they're all designed to complement each other to continue this process of helping to reset the microbiome and continue to help that person with food, with proper food, proper diet, begin to make a real change in how they're processing foods. And when you make a change in how people process foods, it makes a significant change in their overall health. So here are some of the benefits to the Metabolic Shake. It promotes muscle recovery after physical exercise. It enhances the buildup of lean muscle mass. I mean, you won't see that benefit on the Biome Shake, but quite frankly, from my opinion, the Biome Shake would do exactly the same thing because they're using pea protein powder. But if you're working with an athlete, and an athlete is looking for a good protein powder that they can use for muscle recovery as well as building lean muscle mass, Here's, instead of using a whey protein that has allergens involved in it, you can use a pea protein that is equal to whey in all aspects, but doesn't have any allergens to it. As well as in one of our previous presentations, the difference between pea protein and whey protein is it has 3 times, pea protein has 3 times more L-arginine as an amino acid to it than what whey protein does. And as we all know, L-arginine is critical for nitric oxide production. So for an athlete, not only do you help them get the proper amino acids that they need, but you also, through that L-arginine, help them improve their circulation so that they can deliver those things. It promotes healthy body composition when combined with exercise and healthy diet. Provides 2 grams of polysteroids per serving to support cardiovascular health. Provides 20% or more of the daily value of 18 vitamins and minerals. Makes an ideal protein shake or meal replacement. And again, it provides 20 grams. So if you're doing 2 scoops, which is a serving size of the metabolic shake, you're getting 20 grams of 18 different amino acids per serving. The next part of this is what's called Biome Basics. Biome Basics, I would categorize it, and before I pulled up the description from Synergy, when I looked at the Biome Basics of the ingredients that are part of it, immediately it said to me it's a multivitamin. And then when I looked at the description for the Biome Basics, that's exactly what it says in the first line. Biome Basics is a multivitamin providing essential nutrients, herbs, chlorophyll, and antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. In this multivitamin developed, it is a multivitamin developed to help fortify your microbiome with essential nutrients. So I personally don't use a multivitamin. If I chose to do something like that, the Biome Basics would be a nice combination for doing that. And so when you're looking at the Fortify Kit, and the purpose of the Fortify Kit is to begin that process of helping that person completely rechange their gut health, as well as fuel all the other things that their body needs. The Biome Basics is just ideal to making sure that they're getting the vitamins and minerals that they need on a daily basis. And as you can see on the third benefit, it provides 100% or more of the daily value of essential vitamins and minerals. I chose not to pull up the nutritional supplements for this. You can easily go, again, in Synergy's back office, there are flyers that are designed for every one of these products that I'm showing you. And again, on this PDF, these are live links that if a person clicked on them, you would go to that flyer, that PDF for that flyer that you can print off on your computer, or you can store these onto your computer so that you can share them with other people. The next one that we have, and again, we did a whole Saturday presentation on this. Again, if you go to Facebook, Our Synergy Family, if you go to YouTube, Our Synergy Family, you can find a video recording of the Saturday presentation that we did on the metabolic LDL. This is a fantastic product that has a clinical study to it. It combines the bergamot fruit. That fruit is just an ideal fruit in terms of addressing cholesterol issues. As I shared in that Saturday presentation on the metabolic LDL, independent of the study that Synergy Worldwide did on what was called F105, that product F105 in the study became metabolic LDL. Independent of that study, if you do a Google search on bergamot fruit and cholesterol, you will see multiple scientific studies done that show that this fruit, bergamot, has a polyphenol in it that will interfere with the production of cholesterol in the liver, but without the side effects that you find in statin drugs. Statin drugs work by interfering with the pathway for the creation of cholesterol in the liver. And that interference, as well as the statin drug by itself, has multiple complications, side effects. The beauty of the bergamot fruit is that the bergamot fruit interferes with the ability of the enzyme. It blocks an enzyme in the liver that's needed for the production of cholesterol, but it has no side effects to it. And when you look at those studies, the ability of the bergamot fruit to lower total cholesterol and lower low-density lipoprotein, which is the bad cholesterol, and increase high-density lipoprotein, which is the cholesterol, is significant. So this is a great product, not just supported by the study that Dr. Matthew Tripp and the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation did, but again, there's other peer-reviewed clinical studies showing the power of the bergamot fruit for addressing cholesterol issues. The nice thing about this product, metabolic LDL, is Dr. Tripp was also looking at what this product could do, because the bergamot fruit also acts as a powerful antioxidant. As you can see in the description, combines the bergamot extract with a proprietary blend of high ORAC antioxidants. And the reason why that's important is because most plaque formation within the vascular system is caused by the oxidation of very low density lipoprotein. Well, that oxidation is caused by free radicals. And if you have antioxidants that protect you from free radical damage, what this product, metabolic LDL, showed was that it had the ability to, again, modulate oxidation of LDL cholesterol. It significantly impacts the body's ability to oxidize very low density cholesterol, which is what leads to inflammation that then leads to plaque formation. So this is an ideal product for both addressing cholesterol issues, as well as it's an ideal product for anti-aging, because most aging is caused by free radical damage. At least that's one of the predominant theories about aging, is free radical damage at the cellular level causing aging. And so the more antioxidants that you have in your system, the greater you can do to prevent free radical damage, which means that you protect cell membranes and maintain their integrity, which is critical. And what Dr. Tripp and his colleagues saw is a combination of the bergamot extract with 9 different fruits and plant extracts. That combination synergistically enhanced each other, so that the bergamot fruit did a better job, the bergamot fruit extract did a better job, as well as those 9 fruit and plant extracts did a better job. And so it's a synergistic aspect. And I like this last line that the description that Synergy has. Scientists observed enhanced antioxidant activity beyond the regular capacity of the individual ingredients, yielding a wonderfully effective formulation for cardiovascular health. So this is again, a great product that's part of the Fortify Kit, and it's a great product as a standalone product. The next one that's part of the kit is what's called the Biome Balance, and it contains just one ingredient, berberine. It's a natural extract from the Indian barberry root. It's a key extract for the clinically studied Fortify program. Berberine may support gut health and microbiome balance by combating endotoxins that can interfere with gut performance and glucose metabolism. A balanced microbiome can contribute to healthy metabolic function. Berberine also supports healthy insulin response and already healthy cholesterol and triglyceride levels for healthy metabolic function. 2 things. Toxins, anything that you can do to eliminate toxins in the small intestine will significantly improve your body's ability to digest foods and eliminate inflammation and eliminate leaky gut. It's such an important aspect, dealing with toxins. And when I looked at the component parts, and I shared this with Judy at the beginning of the presentation before we started to record this, one of the things that struck out for me, because I've not used the Fortify Kit, but as I've begun to educate myself in this area, what continues to stand out for me is that the products are all designed to work synergistically together to address one of the major health issues that's facing America, and that is cholesterol, and do it in a healthy way, as opposed to what's done with statins. And I got to be careful what I say here, but when you look at the statin research, yes, statins do a great job in lowering cholesterol, but unfortunately, statins have huge side effects. And again, we covered those side effects when we did the presentation on the metabolic LDL. We covered the side effects of statin drugs. So again, go into Facebook or go into YouTube and find the video on that we did, the Saturday presentation. You can find the video recording so that you can help understand this area. And then the other thing about berberine is a healthy insulin response. Well, what are the two things that are plaguing America today? Overweight and obesity issues and diabetic issues. And so this whole aspect, when we talk about overweight and obesity issues, we're talking about an abdominal cavity filled with firmicutes that creates toxins. And those toxins then cause leaky gut and other health issues. And as those toxins are brought into the bloodstream, it causes metabolic dysfunction, which then leads to fat deposition, which when you look at America, there's a lot of things going on with people's abdominal cavities because we're getting fatter and fatter as a nation, even though we're changing our diet. Well, we can change our diet, but unless we change our microbiome, and then the diet that needs to feed that microbiome, we're not going to have success in this area. And when we come to look at this study, we're going to see some amazing results. So there's the biome basics. We've talked about the biome actives, which again just combines your probiotic, Bacillus coagulans, with your prebiotic, inulin. And then we have the omega-3, which is a natural triglyceride fish lipid concentrate, which contains essential fatty acids. In one of my presentations, one of the things that Americans consume too much of are omega-6 fatty acids, which cause inflammation throughout their body. They need to stop taking the omega-6s and start taking omega-3s, because omega-3s don't cause inflammation within the body. So again, Synergy Worldwide is addressing, when we look at the three major components that cause problems with the abdominal cavity: dysbiosis, an imbalance of your microflora, leaky gut, and inflammation. The whole program of the Fortify Kit is designed to address inflammation, leaky gut, and provide the right balance of the good bacteria that you need to prevent the production of toxins. Now, there's a clinical study that was done on this product. Let me pull up that clinical study. Again, there's a link to this. This is the clinical study that was done for Synergy's program. And let me increase the size of this so it's easier to see. So there were two groups that they had. One group, well, both groups did diet and exercise. So the diet program and the exercise program was the same for both groups. The difference between the two groups was that the second group used the Fortify Kit. And the components, those 6 components that I just shared with you that are part of the Fortify Kit, those people in the second group were using the Fortify Kit. So everyone did the same diet, everyone did the same exercise program. The difference between the two groups was the Fortify Kit. Now, at the end of 90 days, the group that received the Fortify supplements experienced the following. There was a 51% reduction in triglycerides, a 21.5% reduction in fat mass, an 18% reduction in total cholesterol with a 19% reduction in LDL or bad cholesterol, a 12% reduction in body weight, and a 11% reduction in systolic, and a 12% reduction in diastolic blood pressure. So the biomarkers for the group that was on the Fortify was huge. And when they compared the Fortify group with the diet and exercise only, the Fortify group, the people who were taking the supplements, in addition to the right diet and exercise, the Fortify group had a 50% or 56% more or greater weight loss, 65% more fat loss, 125% greater reduction in systolic blood pressure, a 62% greater reduction in diastolic blood pressure, a 66% greater reduction in total cholesterol, and an 80% greater reduction in LDL bad cholesterol. That's how significant the Fortify Kit was in helping people who are going through the same program, one without the Fortify, one with the group that had the Fortify Kit and used those products, saw greater metabolic response and greater health outcomes than what the other group did. And then when they compared, well, let me put at the end of the 90 days, the median weight loss for the Fortify program participants was 26 pounds. So 26 pounds in 3 months, 90 days. Now, when they looked at the Fortify results compared to the competitors in the marketplace, at least the published studies for the popular brand name weight loss programs, the Fortify program outperformed every one of them. I won't go into the exact numbers that are on the screen, but it's nice to know that the Fortify Kit not only has a clinical study to it, but that clinical study shows that a person who utilizes it in a combination with diet and exercise will get even greater results than a person who just does diet and exercise. And this Fortify Kit outperforms all the other name brands that are in the marketplace. So you have a very powerful program. And I know that Dr. Tripp doesn't like to market this program as a weight loss program as opposed to addressing metabolic health. This is for anyone that's looking from a weight management standpoint, this is an ideal program to help them address weight management issues by helping them, again, start with Purify Kit and then move into the Fortify program and be able to harness the power of the Fortify program to help them continue to see the benefits that they got from the Purify Kit and continue those benefits for the next 3 months. So do I have any questions, or Judy or Tracy, do you have anything that you would like to add to what's been shared?
Dan, this is Tracy.
Yes, Tracy.
The more that I look at this and the more I use it, the more I study the ingredients that Synergy has used, they keep using inulin over and over and over again because of it is amazing. You know, so we have the inulin in the biome, and it's just it's also in our phytosome. You know, it's in so many of the products that it is so amazing, and so it's really a key factor in what it does for us.
Great. Yes, Axel, you're correct in that. Inulin is a key ingredient, as well as all the other ingredients that they have. I mean, Synergy just doesn't throw ingredients into a product. When we're dealing with the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation, everything that's put into a product is there for a reason. And they're added to make sure that those ingredients all synergistically work together so that the whole has a greater outcome than the individual products.
Exactly.
Now, I have a question here from Betsy. Would it be possible to put this in an ebook format? Betsy, I won't put it into an ebook, but I do have this as a PDF. So I will make sure that this PDF is published. And then on Tuesday, I'll make sure that the link to the PDF, as well as a link to today's recording, is available to everyone. It'll be available in one of 3 ways. It'll be in our newsletter that we put out. It will be on our Facebook page, and then it will also be in the description part of the video on the YouTube channel for today's presentation. Anyone else with any questions or comments before we say goodbye?
And it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
So I just wanted to make a comment about the use of the Fortify program, because I know the first time that I tried Purify, you know, there were 5 things and it was a little overwhelming of what to do when, and you know, just getting the whole taking the supplement thing regularly into my body. And so by the time I got to the Fortify program, that part of the program is such a piece of cake. No pun intended, because we're not eating so much cake anymore. But it is such a simple method to follow, and I think that that makes it so easy, so much easier. You know, my biggest challenge was getting enough food in my body, because it's just, to me, just overwhelming with the amount of food you're supposed to eat on a daily basis, which was a total surprise for me. So it being a program where you lose weight, it is not a diet where you have to restrict the amount of food you eat. And so that was, to me, such a joy, knowing that it's not a denial program, but it's an abundance program. And you know, that was just a blessing for so many of the people in our group that we did together, that we were able to eat and eat and eat. Of course, you need to be careful on the types of food you put in your body, but it's not so much the quantities. And another thing that I just want to talk about real quick is, as you get customers getting on the programs, it is really important to stay in contact with them so that they actually start. I had a lot of people that began to purchase the program, but then put it away because they were afraid to start. So I would just make sure that you stay in contact with your customers and get them through those first couple days. Get them started, because that's so important. And once they take it, I tell you, I'm getting referrals now that people are talking to each other. You know, someone will say, "Oh, you know, I got this stuff from Judy," and someone will say, "Oh, I tried that. It's worked so well. You're going to love it." So, you know, the word is getting out, and you know, we're going to make the world a healthier place by just these 2 products alone. So
Thank you for thank you for sharing that. So I just want to summarize a couple things that you said, Judy, because they're really important. Let's go back to this aspect of making sure that you follow up with your customers. Again, there's a link here. We'll go to this to our research. You know, we have a landing page completely dedicated to the microbiome process. And as we shared in this presentation, you know, it starts with the Purify Kit, but if you go to our research page, we have what we call the Purify Manual. And so if you need to get, as Judy says, you need to get people started on the program. So make sure that you send them the Purify Manual, and then call them and say, okay, which program are you going to go through? Are you going to do the 7, 10, or 14-day program? And discuss with them, you know, which program is best for them and a starting date for that program. So that, as what Judy talks about, you can help that person begin the process of resetting their gut health. And then Judy, one of the things that we've talked about, at least I talk about in some of the videos that I'm in the process of producing for the microbiome and for the Purify Kit, and what we call the 3 E's and 4 R's to gut health, is this whole aspect that people not only feel better, but people will see the difference. As you physically reshape, people will see the difference. And so what you just talked about, Judy, you get referrals. Oh, I feel great off of this program. You need to do it. Or people come up, you look different. What's going on? Well, I started the Purify Kit and I'm down 3, 5, 10 pounds. I went in, and as what you talked about, once we get them adapted to making those changes in the 10 or the 7, 10, or 14-day program, if I heard you correctly, Judy, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, when they go into the Fortify Kit, they already begin to understand the process of how to do their shakes, how to add their supplements to their daily routine, because they've already been pre-programmed through the Purify Kit. Did I hear that correctly? You most likely are muted.
Dan, that is exactly what happens. Your body just doesn't crave the junk anymore, and it craves the good foods, and it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and Tracy, one thing I want to add that I think hopefully you'll confirm before you leave us is that what Judy talked about, the amount of food that you're eating. It's amazing that when you change the food that will actually support the good bacteria, the quantity that you can eat is so much greater, but you're filled. You feel satisfied. And it has everything to do with the way that microbiome, your old microbiome processes foods to store it as fat, which causes hunger, versus the new way of doing things through the Purify Kit and Fortify Kit, where you change the microbiome so they're processing food for energy. And so now you have energy and you're not hungry because your body is processing those nutrients for energy rather than storing those nutrients as fat.
Exactly. And then when you do get the energy, you just need to, you get this motivation, it's like an internal motivation that your body needs to just get up and move. So if you're not used to walking, you just want to, walk 15 minutes and then you want to walk 20 minutes,
Sure. And so from a person whose background is exercise physiology, you're actually working on two sides of the equation. The foods that you're eating that are supporting the good bacteria, although it's greater in quantity, it's less in calories.
Exactly.
So you take less calories in, and then because you're changing your microbiome to process that food for energy, you're seeing the other side of the equation, which is you have better energy, so you're more active. If you're more active, you burn more calories. And so that's why you most likely, in the power of the supplements, you see such a significant difference for the people who are on the Fortify program versus those that just did diet and exercise alone, is because you're harnessing both sides of the equation. Caloric, less calories in, greater calorie expenditure because you have more energy and you want to do things.
Yes. That's what I found with me and doing the Purify and then the Fortify. I just wanted to keep going, and just, and I ended up walking more than I, had ever walked. I really enjoy walking now, and, it just starts coming off.
And so the other thing that I'm hearing from you, Tracy, is the program helped you change your lifestyle, where that lifestyle becomes something that, because of the benefits that you're receiving, you want to continue that lifestyle.
Yes. And you see results. And when you see results quickly, it keeps you motivated to keep going.
And when people see results on you, does that motivate you too?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I have family members that hadn't seen me for years, and I was standing right next to them, and they had no idea that it was me.
Cool. That's a great feeling.
Hello?
Yes.
I have a question. This is Brooke.
Yes, Brooke.
Okay, so I went in and copied or printed the microbiome manual that you have, and my printer ran out of ink right in the middle. And what I noticed was you can't go in and specify, like, oh, can you print 1 through 9 or 1 through 8? And I was printing it.
You should be able to do that on your printer itself. So if you go like here, let me go and open.
Yeah, show me, because
let me open this up, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, and we could talk about it later. I don't want to take up this
Okay,
time.
so when I click on print,
right?
At least in my computer system. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to choose the pages that I want to print.
Right, I did that, and is that just something part of my printer that it's not allowed? Because see how those numbers are in there? Yeah, I click on that and it won't change.
Yeah, again, it should be able to. I'll have to do a little bit more examination of it.
Yeah, if you find it different, let me know. No
Okay.
problem. I just didn't want to have to do 28 more pages.
Sure. Got it.
Just wondering. Okay, thanks.
The other thing that you could do too is when you open it up, just copy the pages. Do you know how to
Oh,
drag?
yeah.
Just drag and copy.
I'll do that. Okay,
You know,
that's
and you'll
perfect.
have to open up a separate Word document to do that.
Yes.
But you know,
Yeah.
that would be the other aspect of trying to do it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. This
You're
has
welcome.
been really great.
Good.
Hey, Dan, it's Judy.
Yeah, Judy.
Sorry, I had to change devices and it didn't allow me to talk. So just wanted to thank Tracy for stepping in and answering those questions. Tracy, you did a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, and one last thing here on Synergy, if you go on shop, if you're interested in getting buy the metabolic or buy the Fortify Kit, get a Purify Kit, go to all packs. And then once all packs come up, you can see here's the promo. And this promo, buy one Fortify, get one Purify Kit free. That promo goes through the end of next Thursday. All right, any other questions from today's presentation?
Well, Dan, this is John here. It's not a question, but more a comment. I must say that I'm really thankful for what you shared this morning. And it not only gives me hope personally, but there are a number of persons I know who are in the valley of despair when it comes to their weight control. And I believe that they'll be glad to hear this good news. And so I'm thankful for Tracy and what she shared, because that made it so very real, that it motivates me to really get back to them and share this good news with them.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. And thank you, Tracy. Thank you, everyone, for your input this morning. We're a little bit long today, but that was a good discussion, and I appreciate this. Next week, it will be Bob Wischmeyer and Judy Feldhausen talking one of the laws of leadership from John Maxwell's book. I don't remember which one it is, but it'll be a great presentation. They always do a fantastic presentation. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed Saturday. Enjoy.